YouTube will let me go live now. Okay, we're live in both places, everybody. Happy Friday, Tiffany. Happy Friday, LaVon. Blessings, blessings. All right, y'all. Let's pull my book out of here. Get it out of the thing. All right, y'all. Happy Friday. Hey, give me that pen right there. Over on the floor. Thank you, son. It is Friday, August the 27th, 2021, day 244 of year 3 of reading the books of the law and the prophets, and of the 3-year consecutive day count, day 913, 913. Today, y'all, we reading. I said we was going to read there. We are reading, since we finished Daniel yesterday, we're going to read the books in the Apocrypha. They should have been left inside of the book of Daniel. They chop everything up. So we are reading the prayer of Manasseh, Bel and the Dragon, and Susanna. Hold on. I'm sorry, not the prayer of Manasseh. It's the prayer of Azariah. We'll read the prayer of, they got a prayer of Manasseh here too. But we're gonna read the prayer of Azariah, Susanna, and Bel and the Dragon. Okay, y'all. It's real good. It's gonna be real good. And they real short because the prayer of Azariah is literally one chapter, 68 verses. Susanna is one chapter, 63 verses. And Bel and the Dragon is one chapter, 41 verses. So that's gonna be our reading for today. Then we're gonna finish up the rest of this book here, Fossilized Customs, because we only got like a couple pages. Write it down. Prayer. Azariah, Susanna, and Bel and the Dragon. They're so good, y'all. Like, y'all really should. Y'all ain't got a copy of it. You should get a copy of it. 90. Okay. All right, so let's do the Shema. We'll get right to this. I'm excited. Okay. Trina, hey, girl, hey. All right. Dream, Sky, love, shalom, sis, Lisa, shalom, shalom. Who else is there? Hold on. Mom, shalom, shalom. Okay. Good gracious. All right. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. Remember, the Shema is found in Deuteronomy chapter 6, starting at verse 3. Remember, go read the whole chapter. I just pulled the meat and potatoes out of it. Go read the whole thing so you can see all the different stuff, y'all. Here. Therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily, as Yahuwah, the mighty one of our fathers, has promised us, in the land that flows with milk and honey. Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah, our mighty one, he is one, not two, not three, but he is one. And you shall love Yahuwah, your mighty one, with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you this day shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them upon the posts of your house and on your gates. And Yahuwah commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear Yahuwah, our mighty one, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before you, who are Almighty One, as he has commanded us. All right, y'all. Let's hop right into it. Let's get into it. So I can see you. Okay. Ali. Shalom. Okay, y'all. The prayer of Azariah. So it's in the Sefer Bible if you have a Sefer. Or you can actually Google it too. They have an online version, but you can order the printed version as well. Okay. So the prayer of Azariah. Remember, Azariah is one of the three Hebrew boys who was thrown into the fiery furnace. So this is a prayer that was being prayed while they were in the midst of fire before Gabriel showed up. Right? Okay. And if you have the Sefer, remember the Sefer is in a different type of order, but you'll find what we're about to read right after the book of Daniel. All three of these is right after the book of Daniel. It really is the book of Daniel. They just chopped it up. All right. And they walked in the midst of the fire, praising Yahuwah and blessing Yahuwah. Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire, said, Blessed are you, O Yahuwah, Elohim of our fathers. Your name is worthy to be praised and glorified forevermore. For you are righteous in all things that you have done to us. Yea, true are all your works. Your ways are right, and all your judgments are truth. In all things that you have brought upon us and upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem, you have executed true judgment. For according to truth and judgment did you bring all these things upon us because of our sins. For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from you. In all things we have trespassed and not obeyed your commandments, nor kept them, neither done as you have commanded us, that it might go well with us. And notice, I said this before, notice how when they prayed, whether it's Daniel, one of the prophets, or even you'll notice in Azariah's prayer, when he's repenting, he's not just repenting for himself. Be like, Father, come save me, forget all them wretches. But he's repenting for himself and all his generation is currently alive and all of the ancestors. Ancestors meaning those who have already gone to the grave, right? Some people get triggered by the word ancestor, but we see ancestor used all throughout scripture, right? Okay. Just in case y'all weren't paying attention. In all things that you have brought upon us, and even upon the holy city of our fathers, even Jerusalem, you have executed true judgment. For according to truth and judgment did you bring all these things upon us because of our sins. For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from you, even though these three were righteous men, and they were thrown into the furnace because they would not bow to Nebuchadnezzar's statue. They're still repenting, right? Because they know they're still a part of Israel, a part of the bigger whole, right? For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from you. In all things we have trespassed and not obeyed your commandments, nor kept them, neither done as you have commanded us, that it might go well with us. Wherefore all that you have brought upon us and everything that you have done to us, you have done in true judgment. And you did deliver us into the hands of Torahless enemies, most hateful forsakers of Yahuwah, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. And now we cannot open our mouths. We are become a shame and reproach to your servants and to them that worship you. Yet deliver us up not wholly for your name's sake, neither disannul your covenant, and cause not your mercy to depart from us, for your beloved Abraham's sake, for your servant Isaac's sake, and for your holy Israel's sake, to whom you have spoken and promised that you would multiply their seed as the stars of heaven and as the sand that lies upon the seashore. For we, O Yahuwah, are become less than any nation, and be kept under this day in all the world because of our sins. Neither is there at this time prince or prophet or leader or burnt offering or sacrifice or oblation or incense or place to sacrifice before you and to find mercy. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble spirit, let us be accepted. Also, remember right here, what he just said right here. Think about King Solomon's prayer, right? Remember when Yahuwah endowed King Solomon with wisdom, a part of King Solomon's prayer was that even if this temple that we have just built and dedicated to you ever be torn down and our people turn away from you and are scattered across the world, if they would even just face toward where your holy temple used to be, hear their cries, hear their prayers, and answer them, right? And Yahuwah answered King Solomon. He said, yes, I will do that. He said, even if this temple is torn down and it is no more, but if at once his people would even just look in his direction and cry out, he would hear their prayer, right? Listen. I'm going to go back to 14. For we, O Yahuwah, are become less than any nation and be kept under this day in all the world because of our sins. Thank you, Sire. Neither is there at any time that at this time prince or prophet or leader or burnt offering or sacrifice or oblation or incense or place to sacrifice before you and to find mercy. Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and a humble spirit, let us be accepted, like as the burnt offerings of rams and bullocks, and as like as in 10,000s of fat lambs, so let our sacrifice be in your sight this day. So grant that we may wholly go after you, for they shall not be confounded that put their trust in you. And now we follow you with all our heart. We fear you and seek your face. Put us not to shame, but deal with us after your loving kindness and according to the multitude of your mercies. Deliver us also according to your marvelous works and give glory to your name, O Yahuwah. And let all them that do your servants hurt be ashamed, and let them be confounded in all their power and might, and let their strength be broken, and let them know that you are Yahuwah, and the only Elohim, and glorious over the whole world. And the king's servants that put them in cease not to make the oven hot with rosin, pitch, tow, and small wood, so that the flame streamed forth above the furnace 49 cubits. And it passed through and burned those Kasdim it found about the furnace, or all the men from that nation, everybody that was standing around the furnace. It burned all of them up. But the angel of Yahuwah came down into the oven together with Azariah and his fellows, and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven, and made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist, whistling wind, so that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. Then the three, as out of one mouth, praised, glorified, and blessed Yahuwah in the furnace, saying, Blessed are you, O Yahuwah, Elohim of our fathers, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. And blessed is your glorious and holy name, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. Blessed are you in the temple of your holy glory, and to be praised and glorified above all forever. Blessed are you that behold the depths and sit upon the cherubims, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. Blessed are you on the glorious throne of your kingdom, and to be praised and glorified above all forever. Blessed are you in the expanse of heaven, and above all to be praised and glorified forever. O all ye works of Yahuwah, bless ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye heavens, bless Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye angels of Yahuwah, bless Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye waters that be above the heaven, bless ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye powers of Yahuwah, bless ye Yahuwah, praise and exalt him above all forever. We would be admonishing everybody in all creation, yo, bless ye Yahuwah. You just been saved out of the midst of the fiery furnace. He took the fire out while they still saw flames. They remove the heat of the fire, right? It's impossible. You cannot remove the heat from the flame, right? You see a flame, you feel heat. They removed the heat from the flame. They divided the elements, right? And they weren't touched at all. How do we know that the flame was still there? Because when they got close to it, and while they was walking around, give praise to Yahuwah forever, it was burning up everybody, right? O all ye powers of Yahuwah, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye sun and moon, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all ye forever. O ye stars of heaven, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Oh, every shower and dew, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye winds, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye fire and heat, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye winter and summer, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye dews and storms of snow, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye nights and days, bless ye Yahuwah. Bless and exalt him above all forever. O ye light and darkness, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye ice and cold, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. You know, this prayer remind me of, you know how when you teach your kids to pray, and then y'all down at night, and then they calling out everything and bless my Barbie dolls and my Hot Wheel cars. It's like it's like they so thankful and grateful for everything, and they have to list every single thing, right? Oh, ye ice and cold, bless Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye frost and snow, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye lightnings and clouds, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O let the earth bless Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye mountains and little hills, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye things that grow in the earth, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye mountains, bless Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye seas and rivers, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye sea monsters and all that move in the waters, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye fowls of the air, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O all ye beasts and cattle, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye children of men, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. Okay. Okay. O ye children of men, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O Israel, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye priests of Yahuwah, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye servants of Yahuwah, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. I thought that was somebody. I didn't see anybody walking to the door. That was TT. Hey, son. O ye spirits and souls of the righteous, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye holy and humble men of heart, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. O Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, bless ye Yahuwah. Praise and exalt him above all forever. For he has delivered us from Sheol and saved us from the hand of death, and delivered us out of the midst of the furnace and burning flame, even out of the midst of the fire. He has delivered us. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, because he is gracious, for his mercy endures forever. O all ye that worship Yahuwah. O ye all that worship Yahuwah. O ye all that worship Yahuwah. Bless the Elohim of Elohim. Praise him and give him thanks, for his mercy endures forever. Whew, y'all, this prayer, I love it so much. Okay, y'all. Look, you know what? I thought about while I was reading this too. In the Legends of the Jews, there is more details about what happened while they were in the furnace. I'm going to read that. I thought about it, and I'm going to read it. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get it right now, and then we'll read Susanna and since we like right here. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Mom, Josh is in your room trying to lock himself in there. Y'all get out of our room. What I say? I say y'all get the stuff cleaned up first before I unlock it for y'all. Okay, so we'll come back to this in a quick second. I know we already read this early this year, but since we at that point again, Let's read it again real quick. And it's real short, but it gives you some more details. Okay, so we volume 4. Grave of Daniel, Ezekiel. Hold on. All right, 3 men in the furnace. Okay, so if you got the Legends of the Jews, it's on page 479, right? Okay. Hold on. So remember the prayer of Azariah, what we just listened to. All right, chill, y'all. Okay, the 3 men in the furnace. During Daniel's absence, Nebuchadnezzar set up an idol, and its worship was it. Hey, can y'all take a conversation through there? Go.
Josh, it's in your room. He locked it.
Tell him I said unlock my door.
He's not.
Go tell him unlock my door. Thank you. During Daniel's absence, Nebuchadnezzar set up an idol, and its worship was exacted from all his subjects under the penalty of death by fire. The image could not stand on the account of the disproportion between its height and its thickness. The whole of the gold and silver captured by the Babylonians in Jerusalem was needed to give it steadiness. All the nations owning the rule of Nebuchadnezzar, including even Israel, obeyed the royal command to worship the image. Only the 3 pious companions of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, resisted the order. In vain, Nebuchadnezzar urged upon them as an argument in favor of idolatry that if the Hebrews had been so devoted to heathen practices before the destruction of Jerusalem that they had gone to Babylonia for the purpose of imitating the idols there and bringing the copies they made to Jerusalem, the 3 saints would not hearken to do these seductions of the king, nor when he referred them to such authorities as Moses and Jeremiah. Hey, guys, chill. The 3 saints would not hearken to these seductions of the king, nor when he referred them to such authorities as Moses and Jeremiah, in order to prove to them that they were under obligation to do the royal bidding. So what he was trying to say is that although you worship your God, doesn't your law tell you that you are to obey all the laws of the land? But now that you're in my land, you need to obey these laws as well, right? But only to a certain point. When it calls us to directly go against a command of Yah, i.e. by worshiping another God, then we can disobey, right? And we can obey all these others. Like we'll follow the speed limit. We'll do all this. We'll make sure we're not littering. But when you tell us to exchange our gods for yours, that's where you cross the line. Well, hurry to play the back in. Hurry up, because go out. Don't do that no more. You have to walk behind me or crawl under that cord. Because my laptop be acting squirrely. Now close that. Thank you. They said to him, "Thou art our king, and all that concerns service, taxes, poll money, and tribute. But with respect to thy present command, thou art only Nebuchadnezzar. Therein thou and dogs are alike unto us. Bark like a dog, inflate thyself like a water bottle, and chirp like a cricket." Now Nebuchadnezzar's wrath transcended all bounds, and he ordered the 3 to be cast into a red-hot furnace, so hot that the flames of its fire darted to the height of 49 ells above the oven and consumed the heathen standing about it. And we heard it was 49 cubits. So cubits and ells, it might be the same. No less than 4 nations were thus exterminated, right? So not everybody obeyed, right? So there were some people that was absolutely not. We're not following this command, King Nebuchadnezzar, right? And he said, no less than 4 nations were thus exterminated. While the 3 saints were being thrust into the furnace, they addressed a fervent prayer to Yahuwah, bless you, supplicating his grace towards them and entreating him to put their adversaries to shame. The angels desired to descend and rescue the 3 men in the furnace, but Yahuwah forbade it. Did the 3 men act thus for your sakes? Nay, they did it for me, and I will save them with my own hand. Yahuwah also rejected the good offices of Yurkami, the angel of hell, who offered to extinguish the fire in the furnace. The angel Gabriel justly pointed out that such a miracle would not be sufficiently striking to arrest attention. His own proposition was accepted. Hold on. The angel Gabriel justly pointed out that such a miracle would not be sufficiently striking to arrest attention. His own proposition was accepted. He, the angel of fire, dispatched to snatch the 3 men from the red hot furnace. He executed his mission by cooling off the fire inside of the oven, while on the outside the heat continued to increase to such a degree that the heathen standing around the furnace were consumed. The 3 youths thereupon raised their voices together in a hymn of praise to Yahuwah, thanking him for his miraculous help. The Chaldeans observed the 3 men pacing up and down quietly in the furnace, followed by a 4th, the angel Gabriel, as an attendant. Nebuchadnezzar, who hastened thither to see the wonder, was stunned with fright, for he recognized Gabriel. Remember, I told y'all before, I said there was Gabriel in there, because matter of fact, it's going to tell you right here. King Nebuchadnezzar encountered Gabriel before. But when they canonized the Bible, they just kind of left some of those details out, right? And they say it's one like the Son of Man, and then they just teach it now like it was JC that showed up in the furnace. It was JC. No, it wasn't, people. It wasn't. King Nebuchadnezzar knew who it was, right? Matter of fact, and if you read this account in the canonized version, if you read down just a little bit more, it makes a reference to him knowing, and I pointed it out when we was reading. I forget exactly what it said, but if you go back and read it, it makes a reference alluding to he knew who it was, right? Who that 4th person was. I got to go back and give you the exact scripture, but it's there. Hold on. The 3 youths thereupon raised their voices together in a hymn of praise to Yahuwah, thanking him for his miraculous help. The Chaldeans observed the 3 men pacing up and down quietly in the furnace, followed by a 4th, the angel Gabriel, as an attendant. Nebuchadnezzar, who hastened thither to see the wonder, was stunned with fright, for he recognized Gabriel to be the angel who, in the guise of a column of fire, had blasted the army of Sennacherib. Wow.
Are you showing this?
Yes, she is. That's her name. Yep. All right. 6 other miracles happened, all of them driving terror to the heart of the king. The fiery furnace, which had been sunk in the ground, raised itself into the air. It was broken. The bottom dropped out. The image erected by Nebuchadnezzar fell prostrate. 4 nations were wasted by fire, and Ezekiel revived the dead in the valley of Dura. Of the last, Nebuchadnezzar was appraised in a peculiar way. He had a drinking vessel made of bones slain of a Hebrew. When he was about to use it, life began to stir in the bones, and a blow was planted in the king's face while a voice announced, "A friend of this man is at this moment reviving the dead." So, at which it actually goes into that. So while the 3 Hebrew boys, Meshach, Shadrach, and the Bad Negro, while they was in the fire going through this, Ezekiel, the portion in Ezekiel about the valley of dry bones, all of that was happening simultaneously, right? Which is why this happened to Nebuchadnezzar. Listen, I'm gonna read again. I should really read. Hey, go where are they walking to? Tell them to come back in here. I should read this for y'all, because it goes right. I'll read this for y'all, then we'll go back to what we was reading in the Of the last, Nebuchadnezzar was appraised in a peculiar way. He had a drinking vessel made of bones of a slain Hebrew. When he was about to use it, life began to stir in the bones, and a blow was planted in the king's face, while a voice at this moment revived it. Nebuchadnezzar now offered a praise to Yahuwah for the miracles performed, and if an angel had not quickly struck him a blow on his mouth and forced him into silence, his psalms of praise would have excelled the Psalter of David. I bet. The deliverance of the three pious young men was a brilliant vindication of their ways, but at the same time, it caused great mortification to the masses of the Hebrew people who had complied with the order of Nebuchadnezzar to worship his idol. Accordingly, when the three men left the furnace, don't fight. Zay, don't fight her, okay?
He fought me in my room.
Accordingly, when the three men left the furnace, which they did not do until Nebuchadnezzar invited them to leave, the heathen struck all the Jews they met in the face, deriding them at the saying, You who have so marvelous a God, pay homage to an idol. So after all this happened, all the Hebrews that was too scared to stand up and they say, no, we're not worshiping this idol, they were mocked by the heathen because they actually paid homage to an idol. After all the heathens roundabout stood and saw that Yahuwah actually saved the ones that stood up for righteousness and said, no, King Nebuchadnezzar, even if our God doesn't save us, let it be known unto you that we will not bow to your image, right? So they couldn't win for losing, right? They should have never bowed, right?
Why
Listen.
doing that?
Hey, chill, y'all. Accordingly,
Mom,
Bella.
Mom, Zai poked my baby in the eye.
Accordingly, when the three men left the furnace, which they did not do until Nebuchadnezzar invited them to leave, the heathen struck all the Hebrews they met in the face, deriding them at the same time. You who have so marvelous a God, leave me alone. I told you earlier. Your birthday is a whole year away, son. Go on over there. 365 days. It's a little less than that. I'm sorry, y'all. Isaiah, move. That's uncalled for right now. Let me finish this. The three men thereupon left Babylonia and went to Palestine, where they joined their friend, the high priest Joshua. Their readiness to sacrifice their lives for the honor of Yahuwah had been all the more admirable as they had been advised by the prophet Ezekiel that no miracle would be done for their sakes. When the king, when the king's command to bow down before the idol was published, the three men were appointed to act as the representatives of the people. Hananiah and his companions resorted to Daniel for his advice. He referred them to the prophet Ezekiel, who counseled flight, citing his teacher Isaiah as his authority. The three men rejected his advice and declared themselves ready to suffer the death of martyrs. Ezekiel bade them tarry until he inquired of Yahuwah whether a miracle would be done for them. The words of Yahuwah were, I shall not manifest myself as their savior. Hey, Bella, chill. I shall not manifest myself as their savior. They caused my house to be destroyed, my palace to be burnt, my children to be dispersed among the heathen, and now they appeal for my help. As I live, I would not be found of them. And if you were present while we were actually reading through these portions of the scrolls that were not included, you will find out all of the shenanigans that Israel was doing that kept pissing y'all off, right? And we see a little bit of it when we read through the canonized version, what they put together and say, you can read this authorize, right? You have no authority to authorize or not authorize anything. Give us the full scroll so we can see the full scroll, the full story of our people and our history, right? And even they didn't do it because if they had left some of this stuff in here, Israel would never be in the state it was, right? So Yahuwah allowed them to chop up and screw and scatter portions of our history, hide things, burn things, because you see us now putting pieces together and we're getting more and more boldness to stand up and speak the truth, right? Stand up boldly and speak the truth. Things that we were kind of scared to speak before because we weren't too sure. Now that we're finding missing scrolls of things that are being available to us, it's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute, right? And we'll stand toe to toe to you today and tell you that our God lives, right? And even if you don't come save us, King Nebuchadnezzar, let it be known unto you that we will not bow to your images of wood and stone, right? Dripping with blood on crosses. We will not. Just want to say that. Instead of discouraging the three men, this answer but infused new spirit and resolution in them, and they declared with more decided emphasis than before that they were ready to meet death. Yahuwah consoled the weeping prophet by revealing to him that he would save the three saintly heroes. He had sought to restrain them from martyrdom only to let their piety and steadfastness appear the brighter. On account of their piety, it became customary to swear by the name of him who supports the world on three pillars, the pillars being the saints Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Those are three Hebrew boys. Meshach, Shadrach, and a Bad Negro, right? Or Abednego. I know some people might get mad when I say that. Let me stop playing. Their deliverance from death by fire worked a great effect upon the disposition of the heathen. They were convinced of the uselessness of their idols, and with their own hands, they destroyed them, right? So Yahuwah, and we'll see this through everything. A lot of times, y'all ever hear that saying, people said, he may not show up when you want him, but he's always on time, right? This was kind of one of those situations. And a lot of times we think that Yahuwah is just taking his old sweet time, but he sees the end from the beginning, right? And he said that his desire, he doesn't desire that the wicked perish, right? But that the wicked would repent of their sins and turn to righteous ways of life, right? Just kind of summing it up in my own words. So this is what happened here. He waited to the absolute last minute to allow everybody to see, everybody that was there to be present to see them being saved in this miracle. And they said when they saw that, it changed their entire disposition of all the heathens that were there present. So much so that the heathens destroyed their own idols and began to worship Yah, right? Blessed be the most holy who lives forever and ever. All right, let me read y'all this little part about Ezekiel since they was bringing it up, and it's right here, right? And it was during this time of the fire. I know everybody's been here who was with us at the beginning of the year, y'all. Y'all was here when we read through it. Look, just listen to it again. Among the dead whom Ezekiel restored to life at the same time when the three men were redeemed from the fiery furnace were different classes of persons. Some were the Ephraimites who had perished in the attempt to escape from Egypt before Moses led the whole nation out of the land of bondage. Some were the godless among the Hebrews that had polluted the temple at Jerusalem with heathen rites, and those still more godless who in life had not believed in the resurrection of the dead. Others of those revived by Ezekiel were the youths among the Hebrews carried away captive to Babylonia by Nebuchadnezzar, whose beauty was so radiant that it darkened the very splendor of the sun. The Babylonian women were seized with a great passion for them, and at the solicitation of their husbands, Nebuchadnezzar ordered a bloody massacre of the handsome youths. He said, oh no, these men gonna cause all our wives to fall into sin, kill all of them. We don't need nobody that, we don't need no men looking that good around here, around us, and our wives lusting after them, kill all of them. Sheesh. Listen. Also reminds me of something. Wait a minute. But the Babylonian women, hold on, let me go back. The Babylonian women were seized with a great passion for them, and at the solicitation of their husbands, Nebuchadnezzar ordered a bloody massacre of the handsome youths. But the Babylonian women were not yet cured of their unlawful passion. The beauty of the young Hebrews haunted them until their corpses lay crushed before them, their graceful bodies mutilated. These were the youths recalled to life by the prophet Ezekiel. Lastly, he revived some that had perished only a short time before. When Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were saved from death, Nebuchadnezzar thus addressed the other Hebrews, those who had yielded obedience to his command concerning the worship of the idol. You know that your God can help and save. Nevertheless, you paid worship to an idol which is incapable of doing anything. This proves that you have destroyed your own land by your own wicked deeds. So you are now trying to destroy my land with your iniquity. Ain't that something? You join in with the heathen to do what's wrong, and then they call you out. Ain't you supposed to be righteous? What you here with us? Why you here sinning with us? Right? Oh boy. And he killed them. He killed them for being hypocrites. The heathen king killed the Jews who defected to him because they defected to him and didn't keep their honor to their God. Whew, y'all better think about it. You know that your God can help and save. Nevertheless, you paid worship to an idol which is incapable of doing anything. This proves that as you have destroyed your own land by your own wicked deeds, so you are now trying to destroy my land with your iniquity. Forthwith, he commanded that they all be executed, 60,000 in number. 20 years passed, and Ezekiel was vouchsafed the vision in which Yahuwah bade him repair to the valley of Dura, where Nebuchadnezzar had set up his idol and had massacred the host of Hebrews. Here, Yahuwah showed him the dry bones of the slain with the question, can I revive these bones? Ezekiel's answer was evasive, and as a punishment for his little faith, he had to end his days in Babylon and was not granted even burial in the soil of Palestine. Yahuwah then dropped the dew of heaven upon the dry bones, and the sinews were upon them. The flesh came up, and skin covered them above. At the same time, Yahuwah sent forth winds to the four corners of the earth, which unlocked the treasure houses of souls and bore its own soul to each body. So remember, we read about that early in the beginning, where it talks about the different chambers of heaven and how souls are created before they are actually before the woman actually gives birth, when the soul actually comes into the body. We talked about how souls are formed and where they're kept in the storerooms of heaven. So if you actually go back to earlier videos early this year, it's 2 videos where we talked about it, and the title is How Souls Are Created, or How Souls Are Made. And what's crazy is, look, when we was reading, because this was the first time we read through it, when we actually got to that portion, when we're reading through here, guess what movie came out that we had never heard of before? I think it's the Pixar movie called Souls. And I watched, I was like, somebody didn't read this and put it in movie form. I'm like, oh my goodness. We talked about it a lot. A lot of the movies that Marvel makes and everything, if you're familiar with some of the scrolls, you can tell exactly where they got every single Marvel movie from, right? Of course, they add little things to it but you can see the plot of everything. They pulled it from the Hebrew history and scrolls and stuff that they hide from us, but then they take it and make money off our history. Yo, bruh. Let me finish reading this, y'all. I get so excited about this. I'm like, Father, I don't know what's coming after this in eternity, where I go when I leave from this realm. I said, but if there is any kind of library where I'm going, put me there. I want to be there. I want to read all the because I love reading. I love books. I love history. That's my request. Make me the librarian. Let me recount the history to everybody. I get so excited. Okay, look, let me finish. Here, Yahuwah showed him the dry bones of the slain with the question, can I revive these bones? Ezekiel's answer was evasive, and as a punishment for his little faith, he had to end his days in Babylon and was not granted even burial in the soil of Palestine. Yahuwah then dropped the dew of heaven upon the dry bones, and the sinews were upon them, and flesh came up, and skin covered them above. At the same time, Yahuwah sent forth winds to the four corners of the earth, which unlocked the treasure houses of souls and bore its own soul to each body. All came to life except one man, who, as Yahuwah explained to the prophet, was excluded from the resurrection because he was a usurer. I think user, somebody who extracted interest. The user. I'm screwing it up. Usurer. Somebody that uses people. A usurer is somebody who extracts massive interest from people, like the banks do. Banks are usurers. Yeah, usurers. They add interest on everything. Okay. In spite of the marvelous miracle performed for them, the men thus restored to life wept because they feared they would have no share at the end of time in the resurrection of the whole of Israel. But the prophet assured them in the name of Yahuwah that their portion and all that had been promised to Israel should be in no wise diminished. Right? He said, don't worry, y'all still gonna get to partake when the whole of Israel is resurrected. Okay, y'all. Yes.
This goes in here, right?
Yes. Okay, y'all. So now back. Hold on. You're welcome, Jerry. Okay. So let's go back to this.
I know.
What does this pertain to the reading today?
Oh yeah.
God, we on time clock.
Some might not know. Some might. But that part of where the boys wept, we already know who they are, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we already know who the boys are. We already know who Yah is. It's funny that me listening to you, I was like, huh.
Why did you start whispering?
Because I'm not gonna say it in front of them.
Okay, well then hold a comment and then we'll talk about it. It sounds like a what? You don't have to whisper. A war? Yeah.
No, not like the war everybody's seeing it to be.
Oh,
you know
yes.
What war I'm talking about.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
The upcoming.
Yes.
It's like.
Okay.
Oh. It's over. I'm like, what?
Okay. Now, people probably listening and say, they probably thinking why you whispering. Okay. Well,
because it's just like using some of these words, people, they be quick to demonize it. Like, oh, yeah, and they're like.
Okay, I get you. Okay, we'll talk about that. He's talking about the unseen war. Why he said he was listening.
Oh, no, not unseen. This is the seen.
Oh, okay, Jeremiah. I know it's seen. We can see it, but to some people can't see it. So that's why I said the unseen war. Right. It's a very real war that we're in, right? But it's in the unseen realm. But the effects of it can be seen physically. Okay. So back to the Apocrypha, we're going to read Susanna and also Bill and the Dragon. And if you just came in a little while ago, this is a part of the book of Daniel. They just kind of chopped it up because if you have the Apocrypha, it's right after Daniel, the prayer of Azariah, Susanna, and Bill and the Dragon. All this goes together. We pulled a portion over here from the Legends of the Jews. Remember, the Legends of the Jews is a compilation of the scrolls that a lot of the other nations had that was common. There's a lot of stuff that they didn't add because all of the nations didn't have some of the stories, but everything that they found alike in the multiple different nations, they put it all together and they put it in one book and they called it the Legends of the Jews. Don't let that title fool you, right? All the nations know about these things. Everything that's in there, everybody knows about, and everybody will tell you the stories. Okay, Susanna. If you have the Sephirus on page 1341, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Jehoiakim, and he took a woman whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Kelkiyahu. I forget his in the English Bible. Kelkiyahu, a very fair woman and one who feared Yahuwah. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the Torah of Moses. Now Jehoiakim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining unto his house, and to him resorted the Yahudim, because he was more honorable than all others. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as Yahuwah spoke of, that wickedness that wickedness came from Babel, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Jehoiakim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Okay, so he pulled two judges and he appointed them over all the issues. Anybody got an issue, a lawsuit, bring it to these two judges and they'll sort it out, make sure everything is good, right? So the story is about these two judges who are actually wicked, right? So pay attention. Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her man's garden to work. Also, let me point out something. There's a lot of things about Hebrew women, that they did not add to the scrolls, right? Which further helped them to oppress women and make women think that they were just tools for men, right? And when we start pulling out some of these things and how Yahuwah reacted almost immediately when the women cried out to him, it will blow your mind, right? And the men need to know that Yahuwah hears the women just like he hears the men. And a lot of times he will come to the rescue of the women way faster than he would for the men, because sometimes the men have disregarded them, or the men who watched over them and kept them and treated them fairly, they were murdered in some kind of vicious way, which kind of left the women vulnerable, and Yahuwah just showed up for them, right? Just like he shows up for the widows and the orphans, right? The fatherless. He don't play about his girls, right? Daddy don't play about his girls. Listen, y'all. Look. Now Yahuwah I went up too far. Hold on. Back to verse 6. These kept much at Jehoiakim's. No, you're gonna have to wait. Y'all need to go clean up first and watch that cord so you don't knock YouTube off. No, I said go clean up first.
Mom,
Isaiah, I will. Yeah, I know. That's my password. Go clean up. I'll do it when I get done, and after I check y'all stuff, watch that cord. Don't pull it out, or YouTube is gonna go off. Mom, go take this and put it in there, please. No. Watch the cord. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her. Wait, Saya, stop. Let me finish this because it's not important. Going back in there.
Yes.
It's not.
It really is.
What is it?
Can you call me down here once you're done?
Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her man's garden to work, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. These two judges now are lusting after his wife, right? She's doing her thing, and she's a righteous woman. We're about to find out. Listen to them. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven nor remember just judgments. And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet dared not show one another his grief. So they was both in love with Susanna, but they both were hiding it from each other, right? And they stopped looking towards heaven. They just they wanted to go full in with their lust and have their way with Susanna, right? Both of them, right? But they was hiding it from one another at this point. Listen. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven nor remember just judgments. And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet dared not one show another his grief. For they were ashamed to declare their lust, that they desired to have to do with her. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her. And then the one said to another, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. So when they were going out, they parted the one from another, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust, then appointed a time that they should both go together when they might find her alone. So they're like, all right, bro, we're going home. And so they left, and then they came back and snuck around. And they both came back. Hey, man, I thought you were going home. Look, I'm in love with Susanna, my G. I guess I get some of that. I'm trying to catch along with me too. Well, let's plot together. Let's take her. Set up a little menage a trois, and we just gonna do this because her man is gone away. We can do this. Ain't nobody gonna believe her anyway. Let's just do this thing and just get this done. And it fell out as they watched a fit time She went in as before with 2 maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. And there was nobody there save the 2 elders that had hid themselves and watched her, perverts. Then she said to her maids, "Bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me." And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Oh, nasty men. Now when the maids were gone forth, the 2 elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, "Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with you. Therefore consent unto us, and lie with us. If you will not, we will bear witness against you that a young man was with you, and therefore you did send away your maids from you." Then Susanna sighed and said, "I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do not do it, I cannot escape your hands. It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of Yahuwah." With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the 2 elders cried out against her. Then ran the one and opened the garden door, right? So she said, "You know what? I am not going to sin against y'all. It's better that I have to deal with you and everything that you're plotting against me." And so she screamed as loud as she could, right? With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the 2 elders cried out against her. Then one ran and opened the garden door. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at the privy door to see what was done unto her. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna. And it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her man Jehoiakim, the 2 elders also came, full of mischievous imagination against Susanna, to put her to death, and said before the people, "Send for Susanna, the daughter of Hilkiyahu, Jehoiakim's woman." And so they sent, and she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. Therefore, her friends and all that saw her wept. So where do we see such beauty before? Look, remember when Joseph was in Potiphar's house? Remember all the shenanigans his wife was doing to try and trip Joseph up? And Joseph was so beautiful that she just kept calling him in just so she could look at him. And then she invited all her girlfriends over. They're like, "Girl, what's going on with you?" Potiphar's wife, "Look, I need this man over here, but he ain't giving me the time of day." "Girl, where your husband?" "He ain't here. He ain't gonna find out." "I want some of that right there. You look, wait a minute, hold on. I'm calling. Bring in Joseph, please." And all her girlfriends was dribbling over Joseph. They couldn't believe how gorgeous Joseph was. They say he was so gorgeous that the women were in a daze. Like whatever, I forget what they was doing, but whatever they was doing, they were so fixated upon him. They was you know how girlfriends get together. Girl, get some wine and cheese, get the knife and be cutting it up. They was in there doing something like that. But when they saw them, they in there cutting, messed around and cut their darn hands, staring at him. Right? That's how beautiful he was. Look, same thing. Susanna is just as beautiful. She's gorgeous. Listen. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. Therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the 2 elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head. And she, weeping, looked up towards heaven, for her heart trusted in Yahuwah. For her heart trusted in Yahuwah. They're about to kill this woman, right? But her heart trusted in Yahuwah. And the elders said, "As we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with 2 maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. Then a young man who was there hid came unto her and lay with her. And then we that stood in a corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them." First of all, my G, why was y'all leaving in the garden, right? Ain't this place for his wife to be? She in that bed. Why was y'all in the garden? First of all, nobody asked y'all why y'all was standing in the garden. Look. And the elder said, "As we walked into the garden alone, This woman came in with 2 maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. Then a young man who was there hid, came unto her, and lay with her. Then we that stood in a corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them. And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold. 2 of y'all couldn't hold this one man, right? Was he Samson? And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door and leaped out. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things we do testify. Then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people, so they condemned her to death. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting Elohim, that know the secrets and know all things before they be. You know that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die. Whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. And Yahuwah heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, Yahuwah raised up the Ruach HaKodesh, or the spirit of a young youth whose name was none other than who? Daniel. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, Yahuwah raised up the spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel, who cried out with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Then all the people turned toward him and said, What mean these words that you have spoken? So he, standing in the midst of them, said, Are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth you have condemned a daughter of Israel? Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elders said unto him, Come sit down among us and show it to us, seeing Yahuwah has given you the honor of an elder. Then said Daniel unto them, Put these 2 aside, one from another, and I will examine them. So when they were put asunder from one another, he called one of them and said unto him, O you that are waxen old in wickedness, now your sins which you have committed aforetime are come to light. For you have pronounced false judgment and condemned the innocent and have let the guilty go free. Albeit Yahuwah says, the innocent and righteous you shall not slay. Bruh, y'all better remember that right there, because that goes, take that right along with you when you get into the New Testament. Just take everything with you when you go, right? So you don't forget nothing. Look. For you have pronounced false judgment and condemned the innocent and let the guilty go free. Albeit Yahuwah says, the innocent and righteous you shall not slay. Now then, if you have seen her, tell me under what tree saw you them companioning together? He answered, under a majestic tree. And Daniel said, Very well, you have lied against your own head. For even now the angel of Yahuwah has received the sentence of Yahuwah to cut you into 2. So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O ye seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty has deceived you, and lust has perverted your heart. Thus have you dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear companied with you. But the daughter of Judah would not abide in your wickedness. He said, Listen, oh, you nasty, filthy man who has deceived many daughters of Israel, and because they were afraid of you, they laid with you, because they feared what you would do to them. But this daughter of Judah was having none of your shenanigans. So let me read that again. That's so good. Look. So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty has deceived you, and lust has perverted your heart. Thus have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear companion with you. But the daughter of Judah would not abide in your wickedness. Now therefore tell me, under what tree did you take them companying together? Who answered, Under a home tree. Then said Daniel unto him, Well, you have also lied against your own head, for the angel of Yahuwah awaits with a sword to cut you into 2, that he may destroy you. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised Yahuwah, who saves them that trust in him. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised Yahuwah, who saves them that trust in him. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth. And according to the Torah of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus innocent blood was saved the same day. Therefore, Kelkiyahu and his woman praised Yahuwah for their daughter Susanna with Jehoiakim her man and all her kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. From that day forth was Daniel held in great repute in the sight of all the people. Yo, that's so good. That's so good. And we got to pause. We ain't going to get to the dragon today because we already an hour and 5 minutes, y'all. I've been telling y'all, this is so good. And thank y'all for staying around and listen to me read. I begin so excited. I want to make sure y'all understand what it's saying, because the Sefer kind of reads like the KJV with the thus, thou, and arts. And I just want to make sure, just in case you're not following it, because I know how it was for me when I first started reading the KJV. It was like, what? Thus, thou, art. What? Just speak English. So it kind of reads like that. So that's why I want to kind of make sure I just kind of go back and like, this is what it said. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we'll keep reading. All right, y'all. So with that being said, we'll finish it tomorrow. We'll start with Bel and the Dragon, and then possibly, because it's only one chapter, we'll get to reading the rest of Fossilized Customs, right? All right, y'all. With that being said, let's go ahead and do the blessing. Alicia's right there, baby. Okay. So let me go ahead and do the blessing. Although it's Friday. Look, if it was already tomorrow. Matter of fact, tomorrow we're gonna read Bel and the Dragon, so I can kind of take my time because it's Saturday. For those that gotta go to work, go to work. Go to work, y'all. Go to work. Okay. All right. Okay, sis. Wait. Look at your nose. No, you need to go wipe. Get down. You need to go wipe your nose, sis. Go get some tissue. Wet it a little bit and wipe it.
You end it.
I didn't end it. I'll wait for you. Listen, stomp on my floor again. I'm gonna come over there and stomp on your foot myself.
Start in the bathroom.
Well, go to my bathroom in my room, sis.
You end it.
Was that child abuse what I just said? I'm gonna stomp on her foot. I don't abuse my children. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have said that. I don't be abusing my kids, y'all.
Mom, no,
sis, look, hold on. We gotta. I'm not gonna end it, but you need to hurry up. People gotta go to work, sis. I'm not gonna end it. Just go get.
I'm done cleaning up here.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, y'all. The blessing is found in Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 through 27. Remember, the first 21 verses is an Azariah vow. Man or woman can take it, right? And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his son, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yahuwah will kneel before us, presenting gifts, and will guard us with a hedge of protection. Yahuwah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards us, and he will provide us with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yahuwah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon us, and he will set in place all we need to be whole and complete. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless. I'm sorry. Yeah, she just okay. All right, y'all. That's it. We gotta go. I gotta go wipe her face. Right? She got it's cold. I need to wipe her face. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. Hold on. No.
I'm gonna do it.
Stop. Go ahead. I'm sorry for all the noise and shenanigans, y'all.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I want to do fine.
Sis, go ahead. Just go ahead, sis. Hurry up. End this. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, wait. No. You hit the wrong button. Uh-oh. Hold on. What's this? Okay. Finish. Okay. End this one. Hit that one. Of course, you didn't get to do it. Sis, go ahead and end this over here. Have a great day, y'all.
Yes.
All right. And I didn't go even read the comments. Hold on. Go. And.
Quiet.